you'll get hold of in your environment, you need the ones that are not in the original environment, so to speak. The same way you want a translation from a mosque. You'll need from a synagogue. Otherwise, you couldn't take from a liberal or reform because they just make their own shit up as they go along. It's kind of pointless unless you know where to get the books from.
So,
this must be a different channel.
would you say you're a practicing Jew?
Yep.
Tell us like a daily routine.
If I haven't uploaded for.
I have prayers in the morning.
What time? 8.
No, SCDawah.
Pardon?
Till 9.
Alright, so it's a 1 hour prayer.
1 hour.
What's your prayer like? What do you do?
Pray, amazing, I know.
What do you recite?
There's whole scriptures you recite.
Yeah.
I can show you.
Yeah.
Muhammad's tall, so I have to check my camera. I need to get a drone for his head. He hears all.
All of this.
So read a bit of it.
Really long.
Just read a page. In the ancient Hebrew and translate just a page. It'll be nice to you.
Right, I'll read it long. Baruch atah Hashem, which is God's name, I'm not going to pronounce. Hashem, just two God's name, but I'm not going to pronounce them. Melech haolam Pekach Ivrim. It made us free, not slaves. We were born slaves. Then Baruch, the beginning of the same until the ending that changed. Two recordings, right?
Say again?
And then Matura Surim. God dresses us when we get more this food that you're dressed.
Yeah, I know you forgot to put it.
And that he frees prisoners in captivity. Frees people in captivity. That he protects Jews around the world.
If you're alright. I saw the You okay
and
now?
then for rain, and then
I want to hear you recite. Do you recite it in melodious tone?
What do you mean in song?
How do you? Do you do it in a song way? You don't do that.
Shit like the word, no way.
That's true. The only reason.
Alright, let me tell you something.
Only reason, including
The Quran says
for entertainment. But
about the story of Moses, isn't it? Okay, something that we have in the Quran. I'll tell you the Arabic and translate to the English so you can get a feel of it, just like I got a feel of your one, yeah? So in the Quran it says, I'll recite it for you, yeah? It goes like this.
You reciting Quran? What
Yeah. I'll recite, I'll repeat, I'll translate. It goes, وَلَقَدْ مَنَنَّا عَلَيْكَ مَرَّةً أُخْرَى إِذْ أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى أُمِّكَ مَا يُوحَى أَنِ اقْذِفِيهِ فِي التَّابُوتِ فَاقْذِفِيهِ فِي الْيَمِّ فليلقه اليم بالساحل يأخذه عدو لي وعدو له وألقيت عليك محبة مني ولتصنع على عيني إذ تمشي أختك فتقول هل أدلكم على من يكفله فرجعناك إلى أمك كي تقر عينها ولا تحزن وقتلت نفسا فنجيناك من الغم وفتناك فتونا فلبثت سنين في أهل مدين ثم جئت على قدري يا موسى يعني أصلي واصطنعتك بنفسي اذهب أنت وأخوك بآياتي ولا تنيا في ذكري اذهبا إلى فرعون إنه طغى فقولا له قولا لينا لعله يتذكر أو يخشى قال ربنا إنا نخاف أن يفرط علينا أو أن يطغى قال لا تخافا إنني معكما أسمع وأرى فأتياه فقولا إنا رسولا ربك فأرسل معنا بني إسرائيل يا
I better figure that out.
ولا تعذبهم
I was doing that short prayers.
قد
They were told me that
جئناك
was lying.
بآية من ربك والسلام على من اتبع الهدى. Okay, I'll come to it. Yeah? So this is a story of
Whenever I
Moses.
see you lot praying in the park, it's a lot quicker than that. I don't know which versions you're doing. I'm not judging. It's a heck of a lot quicker than that.
Basically, the story of the Quranic discourse about Moses. We agree with the Jew, yeah? We say that Moses came to Pharaoh, him and his brother. First and foremost, the surah begins with, or not the surah, this is in the middle of the surah, the chapter 20 of the Quran. It starts by talking about Moses' mum. Tell me where this correlates with the Torah, yeah? Moses' mum was told to throw Moses into the river.
I don't know if she was told. She put him in the river.
Yeah.
Could be she was told. I don't think so.
Alright, so in the Quran, she was told by God directly. He revealed to her that to put him in the river, yeah? So Pharaoh picked him up.
Don't we believe the daughter of Pharaoh?
Pardon?
We believe the daughter of Pharaoh picked him up, not Pharaoh himself.
In the Quran, it said, يَأْخُذْهُ عَدُوٌ لِي وَعَدُوٌ لَهُ. So it was actually Pharaoh who...
That's what we believe.
Yeah, it's a detail, isn't it? Yeah? So he picked him up, and then basically Moses had a whole life in Egypt, yeah? It's details about it. Then after that, what happened was Moses killed someone because there was an Egyptian guy and a Jewish guy. I'm Egyptian, yeah? And then
he
they fought
missed you and hit someone else.
He hit him. No, I'm not gonna do it. And he killed him.
got one punch and he died.
Now the point is, God then told him that you know, I freed you from all of this. You are in a state of gham, which is like sadness, but we trialed you a trial. So you went to a place called Midian. Is this not? Yeah.
So the whole trialing bit I don't know about.
Yeah.
We believe he left Egypt because he killed someone. No, he didn't have extradition treaty
And he
yet.
stayed there for some time.
Yes,
Midian.
he got married there.
He got married there, etc. Then he was told to come back to spread the message and to free the people of Israel.
Correct.
And then he says, him and Harun, go and tell him, i.e. Pharaoh, that we are prophets from God, so bring with us the children of Israel. فأتي فارسل معنا بني إسرائيل ولا تعذبهم, and don't punish them. قد جئناك بآية من ربك. We have certainly showed you a sign from God. والسلام على من اتبع الهدى. Then Pharaoh and him had discussion. So then there's the whole discussion, you know, about.
It wasn't so much of a discussion, but as far as I gave him the finger, and that was about it.
No, for
I mean,
us,
serious. I don't. They didn't use the word "give the finger." Was pretty much that was the conversation.
no, for us, the Quran says this. Right?
What?
I'm gonna give you a bit more. I'm not gonna bore you. Yeah?
I'm just saying. I always thought your prayers were short.
Yeah. All right. So no. It says this. It says. قال فمن ربكما يا موسى قال ربنا الذي أعطى كل شيء خلقه ثم هدى قال فما بال القرون الأولى قال علمها عند ربك في كتاب لا يضل ربي ولا ينسى الذي جعل لكم الأرض مهدا وسلك لكم فيها سبلا وأنزل من السماء
I have a giant quoting me
ماء.
scripture in Arabic. Okay. It's the first time I'm hearing scripture
Last verse,
quoted to me. All right, and I have a
Last
giant. Okay, put that in the equation as well.
وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرجنا به نبات شتى كلوا وارعوا أنعامكم إن في ذلك لآيات لأولي النهى منها خلقناكم وفيها نعيدكم ومنها نخرجكم تارة أخرى. Okay, so him and Pharaoh were talking, yeah? Pharaoh said to Moses, this is our story, yeah? Who is your Lord? Who are your lords? You and Aaron, yeah? He says, this is a beautiful verse, by the way, which we don't use enough in the Dawah as well, yeah? He says, the first time Pharaoh was introduced to God by Moses in the Quran, this is what he said, who is your Lord? He says, رَبُّنَا الَّذِي أَعْطَى كُلَّ شَيْءٍ خَلْقَهُ ثُمَّ هَدَى. Our Lord is the one who gave everything its form and then he guided it. So he created everything, and then he guided it. And then Pharaoh asked him, so he was inquisitive. It wasn't just like, he had some questions. He says, فَمَا بَالُ الْقُرُونِ الْأُولَى. He says, what about the old peoples? He says, قَالَ عِلْمُهَا عِنْدَ رَبِّي فِي كِتَابٍ. That certainly the knowledge of that is with my Lord in a book. لَا يَضِلُّ رَبِّي وَلَا يَنْسَى. That my Lord does not forget, does not misguide, and does not forget. Yeah?
Does forget twice?
He doesn't forget. God doesn't forget, yeah. And then he starts telling us how he created the earth and all these things. Now the point is, Moses was then presented signs to Pharaoh. And do you know what I find really amazing, yeah? I'll tell you what I find amazing.
No, I have a feeling
I'm
you're
gonna skip.
coming.
I'm skipping now. I'm skipping, yeah? I'm gonna skip. I don't know if this, once again, you tell me if this corresponds with the Torah. I'm skipping like verses, yeah? So boom, we're here, yeah? On the page, boom, 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 boom.
Yes. All the verses, that's it.
So what happened was, Moses, it's according to us, I'm telling you just like, Moses said to Pharaoh, he said to him, look, I'm going to show you some signs. So he said, look, you're a magician. He said, look, give me a time and a place and I'll show you that we're going to bring a magic just like your magic. فَلَنَأْتِيَنَّ بِسِحْرٍ مِثْلِ. We're going to bring you a sihr, a magic just like you. So what happened after that was that Moses, he said, come to this place, Yawm al-Zina. وَيُحْشَرَ النَّاسِ ضُحَى. They'll come on like this time, basically, which is like Duha time, Zenith, when there's a... when...
Is that the beginning of the day?
Yeah, like beginning of the day. Yeah, beginning of the day.
Did Pharaoh, I don't know if did Pharaoh make himself a god?
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Makes himself a god.
In the Quran, yeah. So, what happened was that it came down, yeah? I'm going to get to the point, trust me. And then the Sahara came, the magician came, yeah? They said, قالوا إما أن تلقي وإما أن
Not to be rude,
أول من ألقى.
I've been hearing scripts for the last 20 minutes from you. If you get to the point.
All right, fine. So they said, all right, look, either you throw the thing or I'm going to throw the thing. So they said, no, you throw it first. No, he said, you throw it first.
Who said to who?
Moses said to them, you throw. Bel alqu, you throw, yeah? So it was shown that the magic was there. فأوجس في نفسه خيفة موسى. Moses then had like a bit of fear in his heart because he thought maybe people would be deceived by this magic. So God told him, don't be afraid. قلنا لا تخف إنك أنت الأعلى. Today you will be the one who is the victorious one. Okay? Is this ringing me bells?
More or less is accurate.
Yes, yeah.
More semantic.
Right. So what happened was, he threw what was in his right hand, and Moses was victorious on that day, yeah? And why? And then the Sahara, the magicians, yes? They said this, and this is where I'm going to start the conversation with you.
Yes. The introduction is nil.
The introduction is done, yeah? All right? The Sahara, the magicians, are you with me on the story so far? Do we agree with it?
More or less. Small details, not relevant.
All right. The Sahara, the magicians, they recognize through the evidences this revelation. What did they say? It says, after what we've seen, we'll never لن نؤثرك على ما جاءنا من البينات والذي فطرنا. We will never prefer you, O Pharaoh. That's what the magician said to Pharaoh. We will never prefer you over what's come to us from the evidences, and we will never reject the one who originated us.
So we don't have that last bit.
Okay, all right. But the magicians, did they believe?
What?
The magicians.
They managed to achieve their magic, and that's
for us, they became Muslim. Yeah, they became submitters of God. They followed
Muslim or Jews?
Okay, let me explain. What's Jew? Jew means the follower of...
All right, here's my question.
Yeah.
Mount Sinai, were they there according to you?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
So they were Jews?
What does Jew mean?
In all intents and purposes, they were just Muslims running around.
What Muslim, what does Muslim mean?
What? I don't know, probably believe in God.
Muslim means someone who submits their will to God.
Okay, but we're talking about the term that we use.
In the Quran, it says, just to squash this argument, do you know what they actually said in the Quran?
No,
we believe, I'll tell you, we believe in the Rabb Harun wa Musa. We believe in the Lord of Aaron and Moses. Yes? So, no problem.
But my point is they were following Moses at the time.
Not Judah.
It's a man, but they were
Judah is
a Jewish king much later.
No. Judah. Yeah, we're talking about the sons of Isaac, sons of Jacob. Judah's one of the sons. Yeah.
Correct.
All right. So that's where Judaism comes from. So he couldn't have been a Jew in that sense, could he? Because he wasn't even alive yet. Anyways, let's go back. They followed Moses, and
for all intents and purposes, they
followed.
Jews.
They followed Moses. Yeah. And we agree with that. And we say we followed Moses. Yeah. They couldn't. They wouldn't. If you asked them, you wouldn't say. They wouldn't say we're Jews, because Judah didn't exist.
There was no Judaism at the time.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much for coming to that.
What's your point?
Yeah, Muhammad wasn't there either. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Here's my question. The first followers of Muhammad, his companions, were they Muslims? So Muslims were from day one when Muhammad got there and received his thing, and they became.
We'll come to Muhammad. We'll come to.
No, but I'm just asking.
Yeah. So we've got two kinds of Islam.
Is a Muslim a later thing, or is it from the beginning?
There's Islam as a linguistic construct. It means to submit their will to God. Yeah. And I'm sure you believe in that. Yeah. You believe in submitting your will to one God. Yeah. All right. So from that perspective, you're doing Islam. Whether you think you.
I hear your point.
Right. So not from the perspective of believing Muhammad and so on. We don't, of course, believe in that because he wasn't alive yet. So it wouldn't make sense. All right. Going back now. What the magicians said was they said, "We will never prefer you after what evidences came down." What separated it for the magicians was the evidence. Not just Moses saying that he's a prophet of God.
Yeah, but what evidence is that?
It was the evidence of they realized because they were specialists of the field because they were magicians, yeah?
Were they able to achieve it as well?
Yeah, they were able to do magic, yeah?
Were they able to do the same as Moses?
No.
Okay, so we believe that 3 tricks were done, I believe.
Yeah.
The only one I remember, I apologize.
No, it's fine.
What?
No, it's fine.
It's actually this week in the reading of the scrolls. It's this week, surprisingly. That's what I do.
Is it you're going to read it in the scrolls, yeah?
Well, yeah, the end of the week.
So you do the same thing as me.
What do you mean?
You're going to read it like melodious way.
Yeah, so we... no, somebody in the synagogue, a rabbi...
Every week someone else does it, right?
The same guy.
Oh, okay.
It used to be many years ago.
Are you a part of an active member of the synagogue?
Yeah, well, that's you.
Is it? Are you learning in the...
I'm studying to become a rabbi.
Oh, is it?
Get more orthodox.
So I'm
not sure if you can become more orthodox than that.
Yes, very good. How many years have you got left?
A year or two.
So I'm not speaking to a rabbi.
What?
Would you consider yourself, if you're a rabbi, are you a scholar?
Not yet. I'm a scholar in what I've learned. I'm not a scholar in what I haven't.
No. Is a rabbi a scholar?
No. A rabbi, I think, is he answers legal questions.
Okay. So he's not at the level of scholar yet?
Fatwas, exactly. A rabbi issues, so to speak, fatwas. I don't know if you...
Jurist.
What?
He's a jurist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Scholars have studied everything, and to become a rabbi, you just have to study a certain field, and then you become a rabbi in that field.
Okay.
But that's making a scholar if you know in a specific field.
Yeah.
That's just a rabbi.
No, I'm just wondering. I was asking.
It's separate.
It was more a question of interest than it was a...
The most famous rabbis are scholars as well, because they've devoted all their time for the last 60 years to study. But very few rabbis in the beginning are scholars. It's not...
Right.
To achieve the title of scholar, you have to do a lot of studying.
Yeah, all right. Okay, go ahead now. Tell me.
So what were we saying about last?
You said you were about the trick. So
okay, so they turned. I know that he turned a stick into snake. That's the only one I remember.
Yeah, that's the one.
So they were able to copy it. My question is, what evidence? So they both did magic. They were able to see Moses was superior. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So they were able to see that Moses was superior. That his thing wasn't magic, whereas theirs was. Because in the Quran it says, فَإِذَا حِبَالُهُمْ وَعِصِيُّهُمْ يُخَيُّلُ إِلَيْهِمْ. So Moses was able to see...
I have no idea what that means.
I'll tell you. Moses was able to see the strings and the ropes that they were using. It was an illusional kind of trick that they were putting forward.
All right, we don't believe that. We believe that this literally...
Well, it was magic though.
As the Christians say, the blood turned into wine.
Yeah.
It's a bad example.
No, but the Quran also affirms...
But we believe that the stick, so to speak, this was a stick.
Yeah.
Snake.
Yeah.
No. Did Moses do that or the magician?
Both.
Oh, you believe that?
One was done through the power of
God.
Of, so to speak, dark magic, whatever that means. I don't know.
Yeah.
And one was to the power of God.
No,
so
exactly.
one was pure.
One was superior than the other one.
One was pure and one was...
We affirm that as well because it says sihr. So the Quran affirms that it was magic, even with those magicians, yeah? So I agree with everything you've just said there. All right. Now having said that, the point, the thamara, if you like, yeah, or the point of the fruit that we're getting from this is that what caused the magicians to believe? That they were able to recognize the superior, it's not magic in Moses' case, but the superior miracle that Moses put forward compared to what they had. And they were specialists of that particular field, yeah?
So what's your question?
Do you agree with this point?
Again, to repeat that.
Alright, so they were specialists of magic, yeah?
Oh yeah.
And they were able to see
That Moses was
Moses'
superior.
one was superior.
Correct.
So what we get from that is that in order to know about a miraculous sign, you have, the more you are a specialist in that field,
The more you know.
the more you know. Alright. Is it fair to say if a prophet comes
A prophet comes and what?
and prophet comes
He
and
stops there.
presents
Yeah.
a series of evidences which claim to be miraculous, and specialists of that field, whatever the field of so-called attempted miracle is, also affirm its miraculous nature.
So
Does that
make him a prophet?
no? Does that add
Make him a
academic
credible
credence?
prophet?
Yeah, to the fact.
And yes and no, and here's I'll tell you why.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, this is going to sound very racist, but who gives a shit? That's life. Religion is racist.